Well, hey there guys. In today's video we're talking about the new documentary The Go-Go's, starring The Go-Go's. They kind of came out of the ashes or the end cycle of the punk era and became kind of a new wave band. They were of course an all-girl band, and man did they jam. Rock and roll with rock hard riffs. Well, hey there guys, welcome to Rock Hard Riffs. This is the guitar channel for the self-taught. That's right, we're doing another documentary overview, and in this episode we're talking about the Go-Go's, straight out of Southern California. Originally they came out of like the late 70s, 1978 or so, and became an all-girl punk band. They were just like a garage band. They had no clue what they were doing. A couple of them here and there knew a little bit of an instrument, but for the most part they just said, hey, why don't we just form a band? Because they were so into punk music, and that's what they did, and that's what the documentary covers. I thought personally that this was really well done. Another excellent rock documentary. And even if you're not a fan of the Go-Go's, I would definitely watch the movie. It's on Showtime. So alright guys, let's talk about the movie. In the earliest days of the band, they had several different members here and there. They changed guitar players and drummers and stuff. But the most familiar lineup of the Go-Go's, as when they became a commercial success, are Charlotte Caffey, Belinda Carlisle, Gina Schock, Kathy Valentine, and Jane Wiedlin. The Go-Go's rose to fame during the early 1980s and were the first, and still to date only, all-female band that both wrote their own songs and played their own instruments to top the Billboard album charts. They were widely considered the most successful all-female group in history. That's pretty cool. Now, a lot of the times, a lot of people talk about how difficult it is for women to break into rock and roll or the music scene. Personally, I'm not so sure of that, because not every guy band or every guy solo act by any stretch of the imagination makes it. Everyone has gigantic hurdles to make. It's just another one to throw in there. Oh, you're all girls, you can't do it. I just completely disagree with that. There have been female virtuoso musicians since music began, so I just really don't buy into that so much. But there just don't happen to be as many female bands trying to make it in rock, because rock is just a bit more aggressive maybe. But they were certainly a gigantic success. Their 1981 debut album, Beauty and the Beat, is considered one of the cornerstone albums of US New Wave, and paving the way for a host of other new American acts. When the album was released, it steadily climbed the Billboard 200 chart, ultimately reaching #1. It was kind of funny, they got their fame in England. They left for England. They were playing with some ska bands and punk bands and were spit on constantly. They really paid their dues. The Go-Go's came up the old-fashioned way. They earned it. And you see this in the documentary. When they returned to the United States, suddenly they were kind of a underground hit. Then they went on tour with the Police. Now, Miles Copeland, who became their manager, who also happens to be Stuart Copeland's brother, the drummer in the Police, what a lucky break there, took them on tour with the Police, and that really helped to break the Go-Go's. In fact, the Go-Go's exceeded the Police. I think it was Synchronicity was the album at the time, while they were on tour with them, and that's quite a feat. That's big stuff. And again, this was all written by all the girls in the band, no outside writers at all. They also played all of their instruments. You have to respect the Go-Go's for what they did, no doubt. Well, there you have it, guys. That's kind of a brief summary of what the documentary was about. These ladies went through all the pitfalls and everything of every single rock band that you ever read about, with all of the drug, sex, and all that stuff. It was all there. With the girl bands too, so they were rocking right along with the guys there. Okay guys, thanks so much for joining us. We hope you like this. Let us know. Please leave a comment. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. Alright guys, we'll see you next video.